Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government Sponsored Co-ed English Medium School has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
Hello students, today I am going to start a new unit 8.5, that is metallurgy of class 10 physical science syllabus. Okay. Today I am starting this chapter. So at the beginning of this chapter we have to know certain terms which are related to this chapter. So I have written those things, that is mineral, first thing is mineral, then gangue, what is ore, and definitely with their examples, then ore of metals, electrochemical series of metals, and then extraction process of these metals. So basically here we have to study not all the metals but just about the extraction process of iron, that is Fe, extraction process of copper, that is Cu, aluminium Al, and zinc. Okay. So let us start one by one. First, what is mineral? What is mineral? Mineral is a solid inorganic matter which is natural completely, and metals and the compounds adjacent with metals are remained in this mineral. So we can take this mineral by mining process. So we can say that mineral is basically a solid material. This is completely naturally occurred actually. And number 3, this is completely inorganic compound. Okay, and metals are present in mineral basically, but obviously their amount varies definitely. As for example, like Fe2O3 is one of the minerals of iron, and as well as Fe3O4, this is also a mineral of iron, but the amount of Fe, that is iron, is different for this one and this one also. This is actually known as hematite. Fe2O3 is the mineral of iron which is known as hematite, and Fe3O4 is known as magnetite. So the amount of iron is different in hematite and magnetite definitely, but they are present in these minerals. Now the second thing is gangue. What is gangue? Actually the pure mineral we can't get by mining process, they are not naturally occurred. So the earthy materials and different kinds of siliceous impurities. Siliceous impurities means the term siliceous impurities means the kind of impurities where silicon is present. Okay, silicon as well as oxygen and different other kinds of metals and non-metals are present there, and totally we call them siliceous impurities. So this kind of siliceous impurities and other earthy substances are admixtured with the minerals, and these impurities is known as actually the gangue. Okay. So when we take out the minerals by mining, then we also take out the gangue materials also. We have to remove the gangue materials by different procedure. Okay. So after mineral and gangue, there is the next thing, that is ore. What is ore? Ore is actually a mineral, but we can't take out the metals from every minerals. Okay, we have to remove the impurities, then we can take out the metals and then we can use this. So the extraction procedure is important. So where we can apply the easy processes which are easier to us to apply over the minerals, and which is also convenient to apply. which is can be which can be carried out in a easier way, in a profitable way, in a lower cost and effort method. That kind of minerals are known as ore. So, what I want to say, that is, ore is also a kind of mineral from which we can extract the metals, but we can apply the easier procedure, the convenient procedure and the lower cost and effort. Then we can say yes, these minerals are the ores. So, finally we can say that all the ores are the minerals, but all the minerals are not the ores. If I take one example like iron pyrites, okay, iron pyrites, that is Fe2S3. This is a mineral of iron, but we can't say this as an ore of iron, because iron cannot be extracted from iron pyrites by a convenient way, easier way, or lower cost and effort, applying lower cost and effort. We can't extract iron from iron pyrites. So, that is why this is obviously a mineral of iron. This is also very available in nature, but we can't say this an ore of iron. Okay. The actual ore of iron is this one, that is Fe2O3 or hematite, and this one too, that is Fe3O4, that is magnetite. Okay, so I am repeating again, mineral means the compound which we take out by mining process and which is solid, which absolutely natural and inorganic compound present in our earth's crust, and definitely which contains the metal, which is the main thing or main target in this chapter actually. So, metals are present in compound form obviously in the minerals, and the amount of metals obviously vary from minerals to minerals. The next thing was gangue. What is gangue? Gangue is actually the earthy or the siliceous impurities which are admixed with the mineral, and we have to remove this gangue if we want to extract metals. So, gangues are actually the impurities. And the next thing was ore. What is ore? Ore is the type of mineral from which we can extract the metals in a easier way, in a convenient way, and applying a lower cost and effort. And I gave one example with iron pyrites, that is iron pyrites is a mineral of iron, is just a mineral of iron. This is obviously available in nature, but extraction of metal, extraction of iron from iron pyrites is not easy, is not so convenient, and is not so easily done. So, that is why we can't use iron pyrites as one of the ore of iron, but we use hematite, magnetite to extract iron. So, this was the basic thing about this chapter. The next thing is what I have told, that is we have to learn here basically about the metals like iron, zinc, copper and aluminium. So, the ore of metals, where I have said this, we have to know the ore of those metals, that means iron, copper, zinc and aluminium. So, let us come one by one. If I say the ore of zinc metal, basically calamine, that means ZnCO3, as well as we can use blackjack or zinc blende, okay, which is ZnS. So, these two materials, actually these two minerals can be used as the ore of zinc. One is calamine, that is ZnCO3, and another one is blackjack or zinc blende, which is zinc sulphide actually. So, generally questions are given as give one example of the ore of zinc. or give one example of ore of aluminium or copper, whatever it may be, and you have to write the name of the ore as well as the chemical formula. Okay, if you don't give the chemical formula or the name any of one, if you answer, then number will be deducted. This was the ore of zinc. Then for aluminium, number 1 I can write cryolite. Okay, cryolite, and the chemical formula is AlF3.3NaF. Okay, number 2 I can write bauxite, that is Al2O3 and 2H2O. Number 3 is gibbsite, that is Al2O3 and 3H2O. So these are basically 3 main ore of aluminium. You will get many other names of ores in your book, but these are actually basically very known and very common. So cryolite, bauxite, gibbsite are the ores of aluminium. Next I am coming to copper. The names of ores of copper, number 1 I can write, that is chalcopyrites, or it is also known as copper pyrites, and the formula is Cu2s Fe2S3. Okay, and number 2 is copper glance or chalcocite. Okay, and glance means sulphide, as before zinc blend was zinc sulphide, so copper glance is copper sulphide, Cu2s. And the final metal is zinc, aluminium, copper, and the final thing is iron. Iron has basically 2 very common ore. One is hematite. I have written this previously, that is Fe2O3, and number 2 is magnetite, that is Fe3O4. Okay, so these are the 4 metals we have to read in this chapter basically, and I have written the ores, the most common and general ores of those metals, and you have to read the names of the ore as well as their chemical formula. Okay, the next thing is electrochemical series of metals. Now after the ore of metals, here we come the electrochemical series of metal. I have written the names of some metals here. Those are potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. Next zinc, iron, lead, copper, and finally silver and aurum, that is gold. Okay, I can categorize them as these first 5 metals are known as the highly active metals. Okay, these 5 metals are highly active metals. The middle 4 members, that is zinc, iron, copper and lead, they are moderately active. Okay, these 4 are moderately active metals, and the last 2 members, that is silver and aurum, they are known as less active members in the chemical series group. Okay, so these highly active members, then moderately active members, zinc, iron, lead and copper, and finally silver and gold, they are less active. So to understand this series, first we have to know a term, that is electropositive character. Electropositive character or electropositive nature of an atom. What is electropositive character or electropositive nature of an atom? Basically there are some elements or some metals whose electropositive nature is very high actually. Now electropositive nature means, or positivity means the tendency to give up one or more electrons from its valence shell to form a stable ion, definitely a octet filled up at its valence shell. So a metal which will give up electrons, that may be one electron or more than one electrons, and after giving up those electrons, it will form a metal ion which will be stable because its octet will be filled up at its valence shell. Now what is octet? Octet means its valence shell, that is the last orbit or the last shell, will contain 8 number of electrons. Okay, that means the octet. So the metal will give up one or more than one electrons and will form a stable metal ion having octet filled at its valence shell. Now this tendency to give up electrons, that means how fast the metal can remove these electrons. This is the base of the electropositive nature. In this series, down the group, the electropositive nature decreases. That means as we down the series from upside, so we can say the electropositive character is found to be decreased. That means potassium will remove, or potassium will give up one electron in a faster rate with respect to these remaining metals, that means sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum and all these metals. And the whole thing is, we can say that this is a relative phenomenon actually, because potassium is more electropositive with respect to the other metals which are below the potassium, as well as we can say iron is more electropositive with respect to lead, copper and silver and gold. But iron is less electropositive with respect to the metals which are above iron. Okay, that means potassium, sodium or zinc. So the whole thing is relative. Okay, we can compare them respect to one another. And this electropositive nature is actually the basic thing of this series. So down the group we can see that electropositivity of the metals is found to be decreased, and this is related to the activity of the metals. Okay, that means less electropositive, less active, and more electropositive, more active. So we can say these highly active elements, that is why they are highly active, because they are most electropositive. Okay, these are moderately active because they are less electropositive with respect to this above group. And these are the less active or least active group actually, because they are the almost below position of this whole group. So finally we can say that these highly active metals are known as the light elements. Okay, these are the light elements. These 5 elements are known as light elements. These are known as the heavy metals or heavy elements. Okay, their actually atomic mass is much more higher with respect to the other elements, so that's why they are known as heavy metals. And these 2 elements, the final 2 elements, they are known as the noble metals, because their reactivity is very low, and very often they are found as free state in the nature. But we can't find these elements as free in nature, because they are very much active and they basically very fast reacts with other kinds of non-metals to form their oxides, carbonates, sulfides, all these things, and we can't find them as free state in the nature.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.